Most business owners think they review their numbers, but what they're actually doing is reacting. Reacting to a slow week, reacting to a big expense, or reacting to a month that felt off. Real CEOs do something different. Once a quarter, they sit down, they zoom out, and they review the real story their numbers are telling. They smooth out the month-to-month noise and roller coaster. They identify the real patterns and decide where the business goes next. So today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to run the quarterly financial review. Welcome back to Business by the Books, the podcast for entrepreneurs who are ready to use their numbers to grow a profitable business with confidence. I'm your host, Danielle Hayden, reformed corporate CFO and founder of Kickstart Accounting, Inc. Over the last decade, we've worked with thousands of business owners doing the exact same thing. And what I've seen over and over again is that successful business owners follow a rhythm when they review their numbers. Last week, I went into full detail about what to do and when. Weekly, we execute cash inside the business. Monthly, as a CEO, we need to step in our leadership and look at what just happened. And quarterly is where we zoom out and look at the strategy of the business. Quarterly reviews create the clarity so that you're making business decisions about where the business is going next. All right, let's jump right in to what a quarterly financial review looks like as a CEO. So I want you to imagine it, right? You have blocked out 90 minutes on your calendar. This is CEO time protected. You pull out your financial reports and you get ready to review. Now, the first thing I want you to imagine doing is putting on your CEO hat. Like, you are working on the business. It is time to zoom out and look at the business at a higher level. During this process, you're going to look at the last month, the last quarter, and the last 12 months all together. When you do this, like look at these different time periods, you can smooth out that roller coaster ride that happens month to month as an entrepreneur. And you can see the real patterns in your business. You're gonna compare what actually happened this year to last year, or to your budget if you created one. Now, what else happens during this 90 minutes? How do you air quote use your numbers? What do you look at as a CEO? We're gonna start with our revenue. This is the fancy one. Revenue gets all the excitement, but I want you to take this one step forward. We're gonna ask ourselves what's actually driving income in the business right now. What marketing strategies are having an impact? Where is the income coming from? And which revenue streams, which ones are working and which ones aren't? Which ones are profitable and which ones aren't? And most importantly, is that growth that you have had over the last month, quarter, year, is it sustainable? One thing that we see happening for business owners is that you plan for major revenue growth and get really excited to plan for revenue. We forget to ask the critical question: who's going to support these clients? Can our current software and systems handle that type of growth? And your quarterly review is where you evaluate whether your team and your systems can support the growth that you're creating. So again, we're looking at the revenue, month, quarter, and the last 12 months. What marketing strategies are driving income right now? Which revenue streams are working and which ones aren't? And is this growth sustainable? All right, next we're gonna look at operating expenses. Your spending, it tells me the story of your priorities. I know, it's a harsh truth, but when you review your top operating expenses across the month, quarter, and last 12 months, you begin to see where your money is consistently going. And I want you to ask one question in your operating expenses. Does this spending align with where I want the business to go? We have clients who will come to us here at Kickstart and they'll book their financial review call. And they'll say to us, yeah, my goal is to grow top line revenue. Perfect. Let me see your income statement. All right, I should see spending in advertising and marketing. How are we bringing in revenue if we are not spending? Our spending shows us our priorities. If I say my priority is to have balance in my life and to finally move out of burnout as a business owner, my spending, if my goal is to find balance, to be on outside services, upgrading my systems and subscriptions, and finding a team to support the business that I am building. So review your top 5 operating expenses across the month, quarter, and year to date. Next, we're gonna look at net income. Like I said, revenue gets all the excitement. but revenue doesn't mean the business is keeping money. And bigger isn't always better. It does not always mean more profitable. Looking at the net income for the month, quarter, and year to date allows you to see what's actually happening in your business. If profit is strong, you as the CEO need to review and understand what drove that success. If profit is weak, under 15%, you have the opportunity to look at the investments and expenses that occurred in your business. If you are not sure what a strong profit is, I want you to go back and listen to our profit episode that will be linked in the show notes so you know exactly how much money that you should be bringing home as profit in your business. Now, I use the word investments strategically here. When we are spending money in our business, we are investing in the vision that we are creating as a CEO and business. There are times that as a business, losing money, it's intentional. But the key question is always, does this align with my goals and where I want to see the business going? Now, I want to be clear about one other thing. As a visionary, we have a tendency to get really excited about new initiatives. And I want you to ask yourself as you're reviewing your revenue, operating expenses, and profits, are you giving enough time and space to the investments that you're making for them to actually come to fruition? We need to be patient and consistent, and then know when to pivot. All right, let's talk about our cash flow. Can't tell you how many business owners throughout the years have said to me, Danielle, I'm profitable, but where is my money? Like, where is all of my cash? Cash flow, it tells you where the money actually went. It shows whether the cash went to operating expenses, like to operate the business, to debt payments and paying down debt, or to you as a business owner through owner's distributions, personal expenses, and tax payments. So does our net profit allow us to actually operate this business? Is it healthy and sustainable? During this quarterly process, I also want you to take the time to review your cash reserves. We need to have 25% of your net income set aside for taxes, and then we need to have about 1 to 3 months worth of your average operating expenses in a rainy day fund so that you know that you are protected as a business owner. Remember, it is your responsibility as a CEO to protect your business, to lead the vision. And this means managing your cash and managing your cash reserves. As we review our financials, I also want us to take time at the end of each quarter to review compensation. We need to look at how much have we paid our team this month, quarter, and year. Then how much did you pay yourself? As a business owner, you deserve to be paid. So we need to ensure that we are paying you as the business owner. So during this quarterly review process, especially if you're an S Corp, I want you to pull out your reasonable compensation and compare how much you paid yourself through payroll, how much you've taken as distributions, and how much you plan on paying yourself the rest of this year. If you took the time at the beginning of this year to create a budget, during our quarterly review process, this is the time that you will compare your actual results to where you thought you would be. Where did you expect the business to be by this quarter in the year? And then where are you actually? This doesn't come with judgment or shame. This is looking at where we planned the business to be and where we ended up. With our CFO level clients, we reforecast quarterly. Okay, this is the most important part right here. Listen up. The rest of this time needs to be spent in reflecting. Nobody can do this work for you. What worked this quarter? What didn't? What lessons did you learn about money? What lessons did you learn about yourself as a business owner? And then decide what the next 90 days should look like. These quarterly reviews, this is where strategy happens. I can't tell you how many times I've been asked throughout the years, Danielle, just tell me what to do. Like, what is the strategy? What are all the small business owners? Where are they spending money? Tell me what to do with my business. And I want to be clear. We cannot do that for you. We can give you the data. We're going to give you the facts. We're going to show you what's happening. We're going to give you the options for the future. But only you as a business owner can decide what's important to you, what you want to see out of your business. Now, time for action. Go block off 90 minutes of CEO time for this quarter. Pull out your financial statements and intentionally review your numbers. Then set 1 to 3 priorities for the next quarter and then schedule your next review. If you want support implementing this process in your business, this is exactly what we do with our CFO clients at Kickstart Accounting. You can learn more about our CFO services by going to kickstartaccountinginc.com/CFO. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you stay up to date on what's coming next for Business by the Books, because something new is on the horizon for this show, and I am so excited to share more very soon. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I know that this is the hard work. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing this work with me. And if you are a Kickstart Accounting Inc. client, I want you to go book your call with your money team right now. My team and I, we want to hear from you. We want to support you. We want to connect with you. So go book your call and let's do this quarterly review process together.